This is Glenn who's on the phone.
Hey, Glenn, it's Taylor Haynes.
Yes. Oh, wow, Mr. Haynes, I am so glad you called me because we have a story up on our website today that includes a letter that you got, and I want to go through that as well. But first off, before we get into all of that, how you been doing with all this?
I am doing great.
Okay.
I am doing great. Better than I deserve.
Yeah, well, that's always the answer, which is a good answer, by the way. Okay, so where are we at right now? The last I spoke to you, you and I were sending some texts back and forth, and you had your lawyer involved to try to figure out if you could work out you as a gubernatorial candidate were you eligible to run. But you weren't allowed to say anything. You know, we know how lawyers will turn and say, just keep quiet until we get this settled. Where are we now?
Well, it's in litigation, of course, and so I can't say everything, but I just wanted to call in and assure you and the voters that I am a Wyoming resident, and this will all come out in court.
Okay, because what we have on our website, we had to confirm that it was authentic or not, but you can go ahead and take a look at it. If you go to KGAB.com, there's a letter that you apparently got some time ago. Let me see. This is from Jackie R. Gonzalez. Is that how you pronounce that name? Albany County Clerk of Court?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So is that an authentic letter that we have there on our website?
You bet.
Okay. So what they're saying is that, but you live on the Colorado side. In other words, when you go to sleep at night, Taylor, your head is on the Colorado side. And so they're saying back in 2015 that made you ineligible to vote. So
well, now we're not going to get into those details.
Okay.
Because that has to be settled in court.
Gotcha.
And I can assure you and your listeners, and that's why I called.
Okay.
That I am a Wyoming resident, and that'll be documented in court.
Okay, because everything that you have here is on the Wyoming side. You have a business in Laramie. What do the license plates on your vehicle say? I bet they're the Wyoming license plates.
They're Wyoming license plates, Albany County or Laramie County, where I also have done business and had property. And just depends on when you renew. And sometimes when you renew, they still give you a Laramie County tag.
Sure.
And guess what my driver's license says?
I bet you it says Wyoming on there. Yeah.
You got it covered. Buddy.
Okay, so.
And it's a CDL.
Right.
And my DOT physical is current, so clearly it's a Wyoming license.
So, but let me ask you then. So when you lay your head down at night, is that on the Colorado side?
It just depends on which house I'm in. It could be in Laramie, it could be in Worland, or even, I hate to admit it, it could be in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Oh, wow.
See, we travel with our business, and depending on what we're doing with clients and staff, we spend time in a lot of places. I also have a farm in Louisiana, which doesn't, at this point, take up much time.
I got you. Because, see, my concern was, and we both know, you know Donna Mansell. She's a friend of ours up in Kansas County. Wyoming. Yeah, and she asked a question, which I thought was a pretty good question. If, let's say, for some reason they say, nope, you're a Colorado resident, boy, you would owe a bunch of back taxes, wouldn't you? Then how many years have you been there? That could you would have to get a hold of your accountant after that. Colorado would want income tax.
Well, that's right, but they never have. We do own property in Colorado, but like I say, we own property in other states as well.
I got
you.
I
just wanted to reassure everybody that our attorney is excellent, and he's all over this.
Gotcha.
But you understand why I can't delve into
I understand. No, I understand. I still got to ask the questions. Yeah. You know that. Let me ask you this.
Sure you do.
When is this going to go to court and get settled? Because, and this is, Taylor, this is what I've heard from my listeners, and it's concerning to me too, that every day that ticks by, there are people who are looking, thinking, well, I'd love to, you know, how many people early vote in Wyoming? Well, I got to make a decision here, and I don't want to end up voting for Taylor Haynes, and gee, it turns out that, well, it was a throwaway vote. They took it away from me, so they'll vote for somebody else. So you understand, every day that goes by is doing some damage to you here. So when does this get resolved?
I understand that, but there's no rush to early vote.
Okay.
This is a very serious issue, and they're going to learn things not only about me, but perhaps about other people as we roll this out in court.
Gotcha.
And if they can just be patient, I understand that you'd like to get this done. It's not TV. We can't solve it in an hour. So if we just hold our horses, keep our powder dry, and this will all come out and be settled well before August 21st.
Well,
before August 21st. This was a well-timed, dirty political trick to do just what you said, to confuse and frighten the early voters.
Okay.
Hang on to those absentee ballots. Hold your horses are going down to vote early, and you'll have plenty of time to execute your vote before August 21st.
Okay. Taylor, as always, go get him, boy.
All right, thank you,
man. Thank you for calling in. I
appreciate
appreciate. Yeah, 8:17 is the time. Well, that's a good quality. No, I always appreciate hearing from him, though. And the guy's a fighter, so we'll see how this turns out. Well, here's what basically I heard him say. You tell me if you heard something different. Yeah, yes, he has a residence in, over the Colorado side, but he also has one here in Wyoming. He got a residence in some other state. They have several houses. They kind of move around depending on where they're doing business. So then where is his actual residence at? That would be the question. This is Glenn, who's on the phone.
Good morning, Glenn. This is Cheryl.
Yes, ma'am.
I was listening to Taylor, and I just wanted to put a little bug in his ear that this same political ploy was pulled on Dean Prosser, who was in the state legislature. And it was determined that he was a president because he may have owned land in Colorado, but he did all his business here, worked here, and so on. So there is precedent.
Okay. And well, as Taylor was saying, and this is what I guess will come out in court, so he has, maybe a place in Colorado, but a place in Wyoming. You can have a place over in Salt Lake City, Utah. Who knows? He has a place in Florida. I mean, he has houses all over. Not really, but, he has houses all over the place. So which one is the primary residence is going to be what's brought up.
Exactly.
Okay. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you, Glenn.
Sure. 8:19 is the time, AM 650, KGAB Radio.